My last video was about oily hair and how to manage it, so I thought I'd better follow up with a video about dry hair and how to manage that. As a victim of dry hair myself, I know how painful it can be just trying to deal with it, particularly if you have curly or afro hair. If you think about the sebum that's produced on our scalp, it has no chance of actually spiraling around all of these ringlets to reach the ends. Most people with curly or afro hair tend to have really dry, brittle, broken ends for that reason. Straight hair, it sits nice and flat on our scalp, so the oil is able to penetrate and make its way down. Curly hair, it sits at a right angle most of the time from the scalp, so it's just the oil isn't going to penetrate where it needs to. There's a couple of causes for dry hair. One of the biggest ones is environment. At this time of the year, we're in centrally heated workplaces or homes. It dries out the hair. That lack of humidity is really no good for us. Even things like sun. You'd be surprised, even in the winter, UVA, UVB rays can dry out our hair. You can get a lot of products now that actually contain an SPF for hair. I know it sounds like hokum, but our hair burns just the same way that our skin does. So it's important to incorporate those products into your routine if you suffer from dry hair. The next one is chemicals, over-processing, dyes, these 12-week blow dries, the keratin smooth treatments. They're different words for relaxers. What you're actually doing there is relaxing your hair. You're breaking the chemical bonds of the hair to actually take the kinks out of it and make it straight for longer. And over time, those harsh chemicals, they actually damage the core of the hair and it leads to dryness. Next one then is heat. We're all a fan of using straighteners and curlers. If you wash your hair every day, you probably blow dry your hair every day. That kind of excessive heat really dries out the ends of hair. I see this really commonly. It's very easy to incorporate a heat protectant spray into your routine. I would say probably that's the quickest and easiest thing you can do. Next thing then is hormones. As we age, we produce less sebum, and that's just part of, coming out the other side of menopause. Our hair and our skin tends to become more dry. So things like medications can also cause dry hair. Certain medical conditions like anemia or anorexia can cause dry hair. Diet is a massive one. Nutrient deficiencies, lack of zinc, lack of iron, lack of proteins and essential fats. All of these lead to dry hair. So what can we do about it? Moisture. The only way to moisturize our hair is water. Sometimes people jump straight to oils and conditioners and things like that. We actually need to hydrate our hair using water. Then we lock in that hydration by using an oil or a conditioner. I'm a big fan of doing heat treatments, conditioning treatments about once a week. I have, the heat cap. I'll put a picture of it up at the end of this video. I got it on Shein. I do that once a week just to help the water and the conditioner really penetrate into the core of my hair and just to make sure that the ends are adequately hydrated. Once I have done that, then it's a leave-in. I leave that conditioner in. I only wash my hair once a week so it stays soft for the week. So number one is hydrate your hair using water. Number two, lock it in with a leave-in conditioner or an oil. Number three, then increase your hydration level. Drink more water, incorporate more moisture-rich foods in your diet, and just lay off the chemicals and the heat treatments like we spoke about. If you have any more questions, you can DM me here or you can give us a call on 062 88 002. See you later.